Good morning, students. Today I want to teach lesson 19 Major Rivers of India. Water is essential for life now. We need water to drink, cook food, wash clothes, and do many other things. Farmers need water to grow crops. From where do we get water? What are the sources of water? The main sources of water are rain, groundwater, ponds and lakes, and rivers. Rivers that originate the mountains to get water from the melting of snow and rain. Broadly speaking, rivers are divided into two categories: perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. There are two types of rivers. They are perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. First of all, what is a perennial river? Perennial rivers are those rivers which flow from the high mountains because of the melting of the snow. After melting the snow, the water comes from the mountains are called the perennial rivers. For example, about the perennial rivers, examples are the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, the Indus, etc. These are the perennial rivers. They are the rivers which flow from the high mountains because of melting of the snow. Then non-perennial rivers. What do you mean by non-perennial rivers? These are those rivers which start because of the rainfall in the hills. After raining, the water comes from the top and make small streams or rivers. The rainwater flows in small streams which join to become a river. For example of these non-perennial rivers are Krishna, the Kaveri, the Mahanadi, etc. These are the non-perennial rivers. There are two types of rivers, perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. Perennial rivers are those which flow from the melting of the snow from high mountains, and non-perennial rivers means the rivers which start because of the rainfall in the high mountains or hills. Then we can learn about some rivers of our country. First one, the Ganga. The river Bhagirathi originates from Gomukh in the Gangotri glacier, and at Prayag it meets the Alakananda river, and hereafter the new river formed is known as the Ganga river. After joining these two rivers, Bhagirathi and Alakananda creates a third river, that is Ganga. The Ganga enters the plains from Haridwar. After flowing through these states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal, it finally ends in the Bay of Bengal. It finally meets in the Bay of Bengal. The Ganga flows for around 2525 km, and some of its tributaries are Sone, the Gomti, the Yamuna, etc. And the Yamuna river. The Yamuna is the longest tributary of the Ganga river. Both the rivers meet at Prayag near Allahabad. The Yamuna originates from the Yamunotri glacier. The Yamuna has an association with Lord Krishna. It is a association with the Yamuna river has a association with the Lord Krishna, connection with the Lord Krishna. Then the Brahmaputra river. It originates from the Kailash range near the Mansarovara lake, flowing through China in the name of Sanpo. It's another name in China. It is known as Sanpo, and it enters India through Arunachal Pradesh, and is called Brahmaputra. In Arunachal Pradesh, it is known as Brahmaputra. After flowing through the Indian states of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, it moves into Bangladesh and finally ends in the Bay of Bengal. Now about the Indus River. It forms one of the largest river basins of the world. It originates, the Indus or its another name is Sindhu River. It originates in the Tibetan region around Mount Kailash. Then it flows through Jammu and Kashmir and enters into the Pakistan and lastly ends into the Arabian Sea. The Sindhu River lastly entered into the Arabian Sea. Its tributaries are Jhelum, Chenab, the Beas, the Ravi, the Satluj, etc. These are its tributaries. Then about the Krishna River. The Krishna originates in the western Ghats near Mahabaleshwar. It is 1300 kilometer long. This much kilometer long, 1300 kilometer long. It is a major source of irrigation for Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It irrigates these places. Vijayawada is located on its banks. Eventually, lastly, it enters in the Bay of Bengal. Krishna also lastly enters in the Bay of Bengal. Its important tributaries are the Bhima, the Musi, the Panchaganga, the Tungabhadra, etc. It is the fourth largest river in terms of water inflows and river basin area. This is the fourth largest river. The Krishna is the fourth largest river. Then about the Kaveri. The river originates at Talakkaveri, Karnataka, flows through Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and finally it ends in the Bay of Bengal. The Tiruchirappalli is situated on its banks. The river provided agricultural facility to various ancient and modern kingdoms of South India. Its length is about 765 km and its tributaries are Amravati, the Hemavati, the Bhavani, etc. Then about Mahanadi, there is another river, its name is Mahanadi. It originates at Sihava, Chhattisgarh. This river originates at Chhattisgarh and it flows through the states of Chhattisgarh and Odisha for a length of around 858 km. Cuttack is situated on the banks of this Mahanadi river. Cuttack is situated near this river. And last river, the Narmada, its another name is Reva river. The Narmada's another name is Reva. It originates at Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh. There is one place, Amarkantak, that is in Madhya Pradesh. It flows through Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Finally, it ends in the Arabian Sea. It flows westwards for a length of 1312 km and also it is also called the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh. Its another name is lifeline of Madhya Pradesh for its huge contribution to the state in many ways. It irrigates the state and it is helpful for the agriculture also. So its another name is the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh. So this is a small lesson about the rivers. So the lesson is over. You read the lesson 3 times. Okay. Next day I will give the exercises. Okay. You have to read the lesson 3 times. What is perennial river? What is non-perennial river? And about these rivers. The Ganga, Yamuna, Indus, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi and Narmada. You have to read this much rivers. So thank you.